Food, water, and medicine are the only needs in Gaza. Since Israel struck back at Hamas, the living situation people there has been more increasingly dire. The International Court of Justice just today called it disastrous. Caplinnews News reporter Natalie Pereira has more on the struggle to survive.
Living in a city of ruins is barely living. The daily search for water and food in Gaza's second largest city of Khan Yunis is relentless. This young man says life is horrible. Issam shows us what is left of his home, a twisted shell of concrete with tarpaulin for walls. The bathroom, he says, is half destroyed. The living room half destroyed, and I am now sleeping in the kitchen with my family and my children. Ominous cracks slice through the ceiling, which bulges precariously over the family below. As you can see, he says, the ceiling is cracked and could fall at any time. God knows we could be dead or alive in the morning. It is dangerous and unsanitary and yet better than the alternative. He says he has been unable to secure a tent for his family. Others have found shelter in a bombed school. Around 100 families live here.
And also,
Mohammed was an engineer in Gaza City. He has been forced to move his family almost half a dozen times so far by the Israeli military, most recently from Rafah. He points to his 7-month-old son, saying he needs to be able to live.
do you think he's Hamas? He's have a Kalashnikov, who have RPG, who have something to make a war with a silent soldier?
His only hope, he says, he shares with all Gazans, that the war will end.
We are human, not animals, like some people say. Israeli people say, we not animals. We are humans, we have rights.
This is where the Israeli military says the displaced should move to, Al-Mawazi, calling it a, quote, humanitarian zone. As waste piles high alongside makeshift shelters, aid groups call it unfit for human habitation. The Israeli military response to the Hamas October 7 attacks continues to be overwhelming for those trying to survive in Gaza. Israel insists it needs to destroy Hamas and find the remaining hostages. Local officials estimate 80% of buildings in Khan Yunis have been destroyed. And yet, amid the dusty wasteland, a makeshift market has sprung up. Everything is destroyed, this vendor says. This is a ghost town. People living on top of dead bodies still under the rubble. For Caplin News, I'm Natalie Pereira.